Hello, fellow Mythrunians. Welcome to another weekly live stream. Tonight we'll be getting the server ready for next week's Halloween party, next Friday's live stream. I'll start at the regular time, but I don't expect people to show up on time. And of course, the Halloween party will run all weekend as far as the events go. In fact, I may start it a day early. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. There's my awesome patrons running up the left there. They help keep the lights on, and I'm looking at moving my public server out of my house and onto hosting somewhere, which means that every patron dollar will help fund a better CPU, memory setup, and whatever. Hopefully you guys have had a good week. I had a productive week, got a couple releases, published one actually. Finally, some web scrapers, good afternoon. Some web scrapers had been denial of servicing my account, so eventually, I've killed the forum for the time being because that's what they were crawling the forum, and I was killing my site. So now it's peppier. I got rid of some of the links on the front page, and you can go directly to the download now and download the game. I highly encourage you to download the latest version because I fixed some bugs that people reported. And it's got better performance when dealing with properties, which is going to be, when you can claim an area of the world as your own. When those were nested inside of each other, the performance was really bad, and because of the client was getting confused about permissions. Anyway, I fixed that, and some other things related to editing clothing and so on and so forth. So I highly recommend that. And when you run the game, it will. It gives you these social media links. I highly recommend you join the Discord because there's a bugs channel there where you can report bugs. And when the game, dumps a zip file of when you select to generate a report, I really appreciate getting those reports. There was one report I got on Tuesday, and I went ahead and took I had some time, so I took some time off work and actually fixed that and got that into the release that I was working on. So I took the Monday release down and put the Tuesday release up that had those fixes in. So I really appreciate getting those reports. Sometimes I can jump on them right away. So anyway, so when you download the game and play it, you'll get this screen. I'm trying to show you how to claim your own property. So if you go into the game, you join multiplayer, and give it a second, it will load the current public server address. So you click on that and you connect. If you already have an account, you should be able to use your old login, or you can create a new account. I already, of course, have an account. I have several. So you go ahead and log in, and select. You can create up to 5 characters. I think I don't remember if there's a limit. And each character can actually claim their own property, and each character can participate in the Halloween party. So if you've got cool ideas for a bunch of different costumes, you could technically make multiple characters. Gonna play Fade. None of my characters have new costumes yet. That's one of the things I might work on tonight. I think I'm gonna make a court jester costume for Fade with a hat with Anyway, I have an idea. But really, I want to get the Halloween town finished. So when you start off at the spawn tower, actually, let me just respawn and I'll show you what it looks like. So when you guys see me entering those commands like that, what I'm doing is I'm hitting enter to open the chat bar, and if you type the tilde character on my keyboard, it's the character next to the 1 key, the shift, and hit this. It's that little squiggly approximation is what it also used for. If you do that, you can hit help and you can get a list of commands. Of course, I'm an admin, so I have a lot more commands than you will. But one of the commands you will have is warp. And so you can type warp, and it will present a list of places you can warp to. Yours won't be as long as mine, but Halloween Town should be in that list. And you can actually see the streets of Halloween Town from the spawn tower. That's the streets of Halloween Town off in the distance, and that's the haunted house from last year with the hedge maze. So if you go here and you click on haunted Halloween Town, and it will teleport you to the center of Halloween Town. There's this little platform I created in the center. Okay. Now, if you wander around, you can see that there's... I'll wait for the portal blindness to clear here. Cheat codes, exactly. Hey, middleman, join the server. Oh, so did Zathras of the Forest? No, that's the other day. The middleman definitely joined, though. Anyway, so here you can kind of see the plots that I've laid out on the ground here. Oh, hey, there's the middleman. I have my player names turned off because it makes for better screenshots, but there's the middleman. Okay, so you've got all these plots around. Each of them has a little sign at its entrance, and if you find an unclaimed one, you can click on that sign and claim it. So you can come over here and you say, you can look at it, see if anybody owns it. No, this is unclaimed, somebody can claim it. If you want to see what all of the claimed and unclaimed ones are, if you hit tab and go to property, you can say show property areas, which will turn on all the little glowy bits. Now yours should all be red. I own this town. This character owns this town, so they're all green for me. But the red ones are not taken, basically, or they're taken. Well, I guess they're taken by somebody. So I guess it doesn't really help you. Yeah. So basically, hunt around and find a house that's not taken, and then you can claim it. And how you do that is you right-click on the sign and you say claim, and you'll have much less options because I'm an admin. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to turn off my admin ability. But anyway, you can see all the properties. I probably should have indicated a different color for claimed versus unclaimed. At any rate, I am going to hunt for a property, and I'm going to try to pick like maybe a less desirable one. Or perhaps I will pick one over by the haunted house. So, there's a weird looking bird. Hey, little crow. Okay. So yeah, there's all these streets, and the houses on the corner have actually two entrances. You could actually move your sign over to the other entrance. But I'll show you what it looks like when you claim a property. Since that's my haunted house, I'm going to claim the property near the haunted house. Maybe... So the character Zathras has already claimed this property and started building some nice stuff here. Yeah, so if I look at her sign, so yeah, this is Zathras the Forest House. She visited 0 times because basically I'm going to turn on the visit stuff, on the Halloween weekend, either late Thursday night or early Friday morning. I'll turn that on, and so we can start visiting each other's houses, and each house. When you claim your property, you'll get this little candy bowl that you can put somewhere, and that'll be basically you can collect little trick-or-treats. And if you collect the treats from all the houses, you'll get like a special award or something. I haven't exactly decided how that's going to go. I actually think this is a really pretty plot, so I'm going to save that for somebody else. I don't want to take all the good plots. But so let me show you what it looks like to claim it. If you have your property stuff on, like all of these will be red for you, but as soon as you come up and you right-click on this and you say, claim it for me, I claim it, then the area will turn, well, yours will turn a light blue. And so you'll know that this is yours now, and only you can edit in here. Well, you and the town owner, which is me, but no other players can edit here. This is my private thing. When I've built my house, I can place my candy bowl on the porch if I want, or I can leave it right here. Yeah, so please, I encourage you to pick up a property while they're still around. Pick up the good ones. So here's where I could build my house. If you've got your build one selected. Oh, it helps if I. So I pop up. So to open the inventory, if you've never played the game before, I opens the inventory, or you can go to tab to pop this thing up and hit inventory, and it'll open the same thing. You can actually drag it out of the way if you want. So you can right-click on things and equip. That's interesting. It keeps moving it. I have some admins and tools in here. You'll have a few less things, but the build wand is what you normally start off with anyway. And so when you've got the build wand selected, you can place and remove blocks. like that. And the E key will bring up your palette, and eventually there will be resource constraints, but on this creative mode, on test mode, there is no constraints, but it does keep track of the things you picked up and put down and so on. So if we wanted to, start fleshing out a house, we could maybe, like start putting in some cobble floor or whatever, right? And start building our house up. I'm not gonna work on my house today. I just wanted to show you guys how to do it. And so then if I liked my front door, I could come over here and I could right click and drag on this, and I could move this over to near my front door. If you want to make it easy for people to find, you can leave it next to your sign. You can even move your sign around if you want your sign to be in a different location. That also makes it easier for people to tell that this property's already taken because the sign's been moved. And in fact, I can come over here, and if I don't want people to be able to come in through this side, I can close off my little fence. Because the fence is actually inside your property. You can keep it or get rid of it. It's up to you. Yes, if I wanted to like make this come a little further into my property, this is where my property line ends right here. So I can actually make this come in a little bit if I wanted. So that is claiming property. What I want to do today is, so there's going to be a Halloween dungeon of sorts. Like last year we had the hedge maze, and if you got to the center of the hedge maze there was a trophy you could click on and it would capture your costume. In fact, let's go look at the other costumes. So over by Halloween Town, I'm going to fly for a second. Over by Halloween Town is the haunted house with the hedge maze. And so in the middle of the hedge maze, and of course we're going to lag the heck out of everybody for a second. So I was traveling super fast. So in the middle of the hedge maze is a bunch of ghosts, and these are basically the captured costumes of the people who joined last year. And so actually you can look at them. I think you can right click, look, and oops, I accidentally, oh, that's, okay. So this is Claude's ghost. So Claude was a guy who joined last time, and you can see who all joined, and you can kind of see their costumes. They don't show up very well as ghosts, but here's somebody. We can look at, that's the middleman's ghost from from last year. So we got that. So I'll capture them in some way. I think I have a even better idea this way. I'm going to basically capture everybody as statues, which I think will look really cool. But I'm going to do it down in like a basement tomb kind of thing. So I've been trying to figure out how I want to make the dungeon, and I think I decided today that what I'll do, so if you can look at the layout of the town from up here, you can see that there's like there's city blocks that run all the way around, and there's this central park area, which is where I was going to put the dungeon entrance, and that's actually where you spawn in if you warp to the Halloween Town. But I think what I'm going to do here is put a cemetery with some crypts, and have one of those crypts be the entrance to the dungeon, and then maybe up on this hill be like a little church or something. So that's my current goal. That's what I was planning on working on today. Oh, the other thing. Oh, I think I may actually do this first, because this helps the whole town, and I can work on the other thing anytime too. But I placed lights around everywhere so that we can actually see. But I think I'm going to actually put light posts, and you guys can see how to edit stuff if you don't know how to edit objects already. I think I've decided on a different approach to the lights though. So what I'm going to do, so if you hit tab again, you can bring this menu up and you can go to blueprints. This is how you create new objects. You should have a bunch already. Okay. Should default, oh yeah, because I've created a bunch for my Halloween. I created a bunch for the haunted house last year. So I'm going to create a light post. So come in here, I'm going to give it a name. This is the name as it shows up in the blueprint menu, and this is the name that it would show up as if a player clicks on it or whatever. So let me think. I think we'll make the base out of stone. And from experience, even with old Mythruna, I know that if I make this, I can actually use this to hide actual lights if I want to. So I'm going to make it a little wider. People probably know this trick. If they played on the old engine, you could make objects that would hide real world lights in there so that it looked like they gave off lights. Eventually, objects will be able to give off lights, but in the meantime, it helps to be able to place real world lights and hide lights. Actually, it might not even need to, because I'm going to make the light, I'm going to make the real light part of this. So what I'm doing here is like, if you want to select what type of block you want, you go here, you can select the material. I think I'm going to make the body of the thing out of iron. And then over here you can select the shape, and like most of the materials have lots of shapes you can pick. So this is a cube. We'll pop the cube up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know that's the right geometry. And then you've got like, let's see, I'm trying to do this real quick. I did actually practice some designs before the live stream because I want to make sure not to hunt too much. Okay, so we've got that. If we place the light in the right place in the world, it will appear in this center area. So temporarily what I'm going to do is put that there so that I can make a block up here. So there's going to be an open area here. And then I'm going to make some steep wedges around this type. Okay, so we've got like these cool, like shelter the light from the weather kind of thing. The other thing is so we're using black iron, so it doesn't really matter. But if you self-light your objects, then even if there's not an object inside of them, they will at least light themselves up. And so I'm going to place, I think I'm going to do magic light mini 2. So inside of here I'm going to put one of those lights. So basically that will light up this object. It will self-light, but it won't light the world. Not yet. Eventually. And so then we'll do, not grass, glass. And I think I like the leaded panel, which is something new Mythruna has that old Mythruna did not have. And old Mythruna would have loved to have had these for its lanterns, because it also didn't have the cool lamp blocks that new Mythruna does. So that makes a pretty good light post on the server. So let me fix the, yeah, because we got this. So what I want to do is replace these. We're standing on a half block right now. This is a full block, and so if we place our object here, it actually won't line up correctly with this. And I want the light to be kind of up here. Basically, I want the light to be up here, right? And so I think the pattern I'm going to go with is we're going to see. Let's pick stone. So I'm going to give it like a bigger stone base, and then we'll have our object on top of that. So essentially on each of these 4 corners where I have a light, I'm going to want to put this stone block. I'm going to do a whole intersection here, so I can get that out of the way. So we can place the light up here. So again, I'm basically like that other block world game. I'm right clicking to place a block and left clicking to delete a block. So you can kind of see it's highlighted the edge of that block. I'm clicking on the top surface, which is why it's going to put a block up here. I'll move a little farther away, maybe we can see better. So put that block up there, and I'm deleting this one. And then I'm going to hit I for my inventory. I'm going to select my object tool, right? And I'm going to find that lamp post. So you roll the middle mouse wheel, or you roll the mouse wheel. Okay, and then this is the part that's a little different on the server because I haven't pushed this in a release yet, but I've got slightly enhanced snap behavior. But if you place the object down, you see it's kind of like off center. And so that makes our light up there off center. But if I right click and I say snap, it'll snap it to the center of that block. And so that makes it really easy to kind of place these. How do I rotate a block in the blueprint? Like in the editor or when you're placing it down? Snap. In the editor. So if you're in the editor, and let's say, let me just make a new blueprint for a second. So let's see, I've got this window panel. You can roll the middle mouse wheel, and it will roll through the different rotations. So I'm basically rolling my mouse wheel to get the different rotations. And then WASD moves the build platform around, and you can, yeah, no zoom yet. You can kind of see scrolling there. I'm hitting the zoom keys, but it's not zooming. Something I need to add. But let me know if the mouse wheel doesn't work. Actually, there might be alternate keys. No, I haven't implemented those yet. The old Mythruna had the dot and the comma. The period and the comma would do the same thing as the mouse wheel, but I guess that's not implemented. If there are a lot of people who don't have a mouse wheel, I can expedite that particular feature. Did that answer your question, Chuck Sneed-Moreland? Okay, so let me exit out of here. And let's place these. So I've got my lamp post. Okay, place that one, place that one. Let's place one here. Snap. Okay, so I think that one's a little off. Yeah, oh, that fit. Okay, so this will be kind of a cool, I think it's cool, light style. And the key with me is I like to make sure it kind of looks good far away too. So when you're coming up here and you're far enough away that the objects disappear and it just falls back to the light. So if we get far enough away, yeah, so see the lights are still there. The objects disappeared, but we still see the lights in the right place. And if we come really far away, yep, the intersections still look okay. So cool. So if we sort of populate the town with those lights. So the other thing I'll show you, if you find somebody else's object, like you say, hey, I really like these light posts, and you have your object tool selected, you can right click on it and you can say copy the blueprint, and that will copy it into your blueprint list, and you can edit it and do whatever you want with it. It won't affect this one. It'll be your own copy of the blueprint. There's a, I don't know if Ron's on Oak Storm. He had like a whole, I think he had a whole museum in the old Mythruna of like all the objects he collected, because he'd go around the world and find, he would find any of the objects around the world and just add them to his blueprints, and then go and like make a little museum of all the, I guess several people had museums of all the objects they had found in the world. I thought that was kind of cool. Alright, so I'm going to go and fix my intersections before I get to costuming. And so let's go, and I'm just kind of going to run around the town. I probably should make some light posts elsewhere, but I kind of don't want to wreck people's vibe if they're not going to, yeah, so if you have a property and you want me to add a light post in front of your entrance, let me know. But I don't want to like wreck people's aesthetic if they're going for like something dark and spooky. And again, you don't have to make a spooky house, just a house you want to show off to people. Just build something cool. If it's spooky, so be it, but it's not like I've given you guys spider webs and things, so it's so if we go in here and replace this up here. So I'm going to just do a couple of these just to show you what it's going to look like. I'll do the rest on my own time, because I don't know if that's going to be interesting content. So we'll do this intersection and maybe one more near the property that I know is already claimed. Okay, so snap, link, snap, Yeah, and like I was saying about the signs and stuff, if you right click and drag, you can drag these around. I'm trying to place them somewhere very specific, so I don't want to do that right now, but anyway, I think it kind of looks cool. These light posts. I think, yeah. The old Mythruna, I made these out of black marble, which I don't know. I didn't have access to the, the flat iron, the raw iron, but I think it's okay. I think this is closer to what like a real light post would be made out of, but given the way, given like the magic punk that Mythruna will be using, these lights are sort of, they self-charge, so you don't have to worry about them. Other types of light sources may or may not, run out depending on the type of light source. Okay, so we did these two intersections. Where's the haunted house? There it is. So let me do the reselect this guy. So anyway, I hope you guys can come in and claim some properties before the good ones go away. If you hover over a block and hit the C key, C as in cat, it will select that as the current block in your thing. That can be useful. How do I view my plot? So how do you view the plot? You right click, you tab, property, show properties. I think is what it is, right? Tab, property, show property areas. Yeah. That will turn on all these little glowy things. That way you can see where your borders are. So I'm going to turn that off. I think it's distracting. I like actually that view, but I think it's distracting in the live stream. But anyway, the trick about hitting C to grab a block type, I'm the first to admit that selecting block types in Mythruna right now is pretty primitive. I think it was even more primitive in the old Mythruna. But yeah, so I'll put some lights here and maybe at that intersection. But one of the things you can do to mitigate that is sort of create a little palette for yourself off to the side. Like if you know I'm going to be selecting this block a lot, I can put that there. I should have put the stone down. That would have been a good example. So if you know you're going to be putting the stone cubes down a lot, you can put that there. That actually just oh no, I got it over there. So you can put that there, and so then they're here. And so when I want the stone cube, I can go over here and hit C, and I know I can just place these, and come back and like I can go and delete these. I know what I'm going to be doing next. Actually, I should have left them because I want to put a block on top of them. So anyway, so now see I've gotten rid of my stone block. I can come over here, or if you had one over here, you can hit C and you can grid it back. A lot of times houses have a lot of the same material, and so you can just select a different part of your house. It's like here I can see to get this. And yeah, so I don't need these now because I've got some in my... okay, so let's finish this intersection real quick. But these are just tips for quick building. Yeah, I deleted this one. Okay, so boink. Okay, so let's get rid of the extra lights. They would be covered up, but when you're far away and the object disappears, you'll see both lights again. Oh no, I'm stuck in the air. Where? Not sure where you are. Are you in your property? Let me see if he's claimed a property. I don't see... If you claimed a property, I don't see it. Oh, they'll all show up for green for me. I should have logged in as my other character. Since I own the town, they all show up as green for me because they're all my properties. Because it's my town. I placed the town, so it's my town. That's the other thing when you so I don't know where you are, the middleman. I'm not sure where your property is or why you're in the air. Are you in the town? Wait, I see some building going on over here. No, that's just a tree. Let me turn off the property borders. That's making it hard for me to see. Like when you're flying up high like this, you can see really far, but the objects won't show up until you're relatively close to them. I'm not sure where you are. Oh, he left anyway. Okay. Wonder why he got stuck in the air. Alright, what was I doing? Oh yes, this intersection over here. While I have these block types selected, I'm going to go ahead and run over and do the blocks part of this intersection at least. So I don't have to flip my build tool around and stuff. Whoa. So yeah. Uh-oh, game crashed. Was it your game or his game? Oh, yours. I see your tracks anymore. Oh, I can see. If you can please capture the, if it let you make a report, I really appreciate seeing that. Trying to get rid of all the crashes. I don't like it when people have. I don't like it when my game crashes. I'd like to fix them all. I mean, some of them are going to be in the GPU or whatever. I can't help that, but sometimes. But any of the ones that I control, absolutely, I want to fix those. I want positive user experiences. That's one of the reasons I want you guys play, so that you can point out the issues to me. Preferably before the engine gets more complicated and it's harder to find the stuff. So let me go back over to my object tool. Oh, middleman has joined again. Snap. Crackle. Oh, that's going to be it did it. Snap. Snap. Oops. Yeah, it was a little. So I have it set to do on half blocks, and so I was a little too close to that half block. And there we go. Oh no! Why are you doing that? All right. There we go. All right. So let's do this over here. That's all I'll do for lights. And we'll place these down. So I don't know about you, but my aesthetic is that I like my towns and my buildings and stuff to kind of work with the terrain. And so when I designed the stuff that automatically carved these roads for the town, I had it kind of blend with the terrain, which is why we get these kind of cool, sort of lived in. It just, the roads were built against the actual terrain. Game crashing when connecting to the server. Yeah, I'm not seeing errors here. But if you post a link, if you grab the report that it generates and put that somewhere I can get it, I'll look at it. You also might find that, okay, bug channel, cool. You also might find that it crashes, but the game is still running. So if you check your process list, if you know how to do that, make sure there are no, Java or Mythruna processes running. Sometimes it stays running for a couple of minutes after it crashes, which is unfortunately something I can't strongly control. So you may have to give it a minute before you can rejoin. But let me look and see real quick. Oh God, the browser, king of the hogs. Of course, I've got a few windows open. Oh my lord. I really should have probably killed some Firefox windows before this started. Yeah, so Firefox is a pig sometimes, or certain websites anyway. They will just gobble up memory, and so I'm memory starved at the moment. Oh yeah, we gotta. Okay, so my Java. Well, Mythruna takes a lot of memory on its own. So it's trying to kill that process. Hold on. Surprisingly, the stream is still up, which is good. End process. I told you to end that process. That was probably photo P. It could also be, I'm going to kill these C panels. I'm looking at, when you see me looking over here, it's because I'm looking at the server. One of the nice things about having the server in my house is that I can watch all the things going by on its screens. Yeah, this is, Firefox is unhappy. It's got to like load itself before it can close itself. It's coming. So, alright, I'm going to kill Mythruna a second so that I can get my system in a nice place. Normally I go and I prune out all of the old Firefox windows and things. Yeah, so see, I shut it down, but it's still shutting down. So if you check your process list and make sure. I only have like 32. Well, it's telling me, right? Oh, it's telling me only percent here. Jeez. And I leave a lot of Firefox windows open, but you can see they take up a lot of RAM. Ever growing in some cases. I killed the big one though. So what is my yeah, so everything's swapped out. Good lord. So I'm back down to 51%, but everything's taking its time to re-swap in. I'm going to kill a bunch of these Firefox processes in a second. Somebody asked me a question. I thought this would show up. There it is. Yeah, I've only got 16 gig on this system, so I run at diminished specs here. I have a much better system for running Mythruna. This is what I develop on. Keeps me honest, which is why it's very distressing to me when I hear people are having performance problems on better machines than mine. Those are the things I want to fix immediately. So one of the things I'm looking at moving the server out of my house because my fear is that part of the performance issues people have connecting to my server are related to, the network connection here. And I'd prefer to put things like closer out on the actual internet, like on an actual gaming server. So yeah, we've got memory down. So let's kill some of these other big ones and then see if Discord is still around. I definitely want to close this window because that's when I was trying to figure out who was quote unquote attacking my site. I had all the cPanel stuff up. All right. So Chuck Sneed Moreland, you were asking about in the game the the middleman. You were asking about how to see your properties and stuff. But when I was wandering around the town, well, I couldn't find it. Right. I don't know if you claimed a property. I forgot. That's right. It's not showing me. When I log back in, I'm going to log in as a different character. Except for I won't then be able to modify the town. I have to log in as that character. Okay. Never mind. Because only that character can edit the town itself. Okay, so we've got this Java process hanging out here doing nothing. That's probably one of the Gradle. Yeah, it's a Gradle daemon. So we've got it down to 33%. That should be pretty good. Oh, the other thing, I always go and kill these SVC host things. Oh, I hope that didn't just kill my network. It did. Oh, but that killed. Is my live stream still running? Restore this tab. So one of the Firefox processes I killed was my live stream. Hopefully it's still running. Ob says. Okay. I was just gonna go to your property to make sure. I was gonna go to your property to make sure that there wasn't something there causing a crash. But anyway, so I can now investigate things more. Yeah, so I did crash my discords, I think. Is this it? Yep. Restore this tab. Alright. So we'll look at that real quick. Perfect. This is what I need. Download it. Yes, continue to download. I trust you. There we go. That's what I want. That's what I want to see. Yes, so bugs. I'm gonna have to make like a special players folder. I'm gonna start that now. Bug reports. Let me make a middleman. Actually, what are you called on Discord? Oh, I can't see that. Oh, the mole man. The mole man. I think there is the middleman. Oh, that's so. Okay, I think they're both the same. Okay, save it. And pop that guy open. Unzip. Alrighty. And then I should be able to drag you into here and it would just pop open. Nope. For some reason that's not working. And so we go, let me close this thing. So G. Okay. A health break. Okay. It's important to be healthy. Alright, so we've got bug reports. Report. State not found. Yeah, I gotcha. I had friends who used to, when they went out to smoke, they said they were taking a health break, which I always thought was funny. So that's bad. That's bad too. So it's doing this when you're connecting. The map tool state cannot find... Map tool state 145. Okay, we'll just look at this for a second. UI map tool state. Oh, now I've already forgotten the... It's like 254, 245. Nope, neither of those. 145. This is one of the benefits of... Yeah, so I can't even find the game session state. So game session state failed to load already. That was probably an earlier error. And it's... Oh yeah, while we're shutting down, things are happening badly. Okay, so... null end is not allowed. Let me... Hey, middleman, let me make sure there's not still a hung connection for you, because that sometimes happens too. Nope, no connections. You might try again, see if you can connect and see if it succeeds now. See if there are any other errors earlier on. Nope. Yeah, so give it a try. But I will put this in as a bug because these are things I can... actually, this is in one of the open source libraries, but I can fix it there to handle this more gracefully. But yeah, it's a buffer setup issue, I think. Anyway, I'm going to log back into the server because that is more entertaining probably for everyone. Looks like we've got streaming going on, so cool. Alright, let me log in. So let's make a let's start making a costume, I think. Join multiplayer. Okay, well, look at this Fade. Fade is still wearing her costume from last year. It takes a second for that. There to go. Let's see who's here. Nobody, just me. Okay. Just gonna see if I could find the middleman's. Okay, here's something that's been claimed. This is my house. Okay, well. Okay. These are the drier areas. Okay, what do we got here? Unclaimed. Unclaimed. Oh, that's the same one I already checked. Yeah, this is one of the square ones, so it's going to be around the corner. Aha! I see the candy bowl. Now I know this one was claimed. Okay, so this is his. This is the mole man's, or... Yep. Middleman's. Nope, I don't see any... Oops. I don't see anything weird. I'm hitting the wrong keys. That's what's happening. Okay. I don't see anything weird here. So yeah, Chucks need Moreland. If you can try connecting again, maybe it's a problem that's cleared itself up. There's the middle. Okay, I'm gonna go stand on the platform over here. Or near it, at least. For people, anybody who warps in. Okay. That's a cool view. That is actually one of the skull caves up there. When I reset the world, one of them generated there. And that's the spawn tower up there. So it's kind of cool. I like the long distance views. Alright, sun's coming up. Let's make some clothing. So this is what she looks like now. She's wearing her I Dream of Jeannie outfit. So we're going to give her... let us mess with some clothing. So I think... So first of all, now you have mirror edit, and that works for the hat too. So if you put stuff on one side of the hat, it'll show through on the other. I think I want to make like a funky jester's hat. So let's try wool. Can I do... What does dark green look like? Okay, I like that color. So also in here, C will select the thing too. So sometimes it pays, even if you're not going to use this particular spot, to place one of these swatches down so that you can real quickly find it again. So I'm going to go with these two colors, I think. And now I've placed them down so that I have the access to them. And what do I want to do? Maybe I want a different color for the base of the hat. Yeah, let's do a red. I'm going to turn the hat off for a second. Let's do a red for like the hood itself. Yeah, so see we've got this nice symmetry now. I love it. Maybe further back, like this. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's so nice not having to do both sides. You don't even know. And actually, I think I want the face to be filled in too. So let's do a white face. Can I do white? Oh, I have to use the bleached linen, like we were doing in that horror mask I was making. So yeah, I want to make it kind of like, kind of like the comic book character, like Harley Quinn or... So we've got that set up like that. And then I can put, angular things here to kind of, top left, boink, boink, and see it made it nice and symmetrical. Okay, so she's got her head filled in. Oh, this will be so much faster. Oh, let me save often. Jester. Okay. So save clothing. Jester, edit clothing. Okay. I just don't want to lose my work if something goes south. There we go. I should probably just, there we go. Okay. And I think I actually want to replace these with the ones that have an edge. It doesn't show much here, but yeah, it is important because I've already done the other side. I don't need to worry about that. It's just if I get made into a statue, I want to make sure I have all of the as many edges as I can. And so that creates a hard edge. It's hard to see in this particular color. Okay, so then, maybe black eyes? So let's do black suede. Too big. Angle top left or bottom right. Yeah. That's not really what I want. I want probably the small angle. Oh yeah. It's like it doesn't really work the way I want. Okay, let's try the big angle again. This time, let's do like left. Yeah. And right. I don't know if I like that. It's not really the shape I was going for. Let's try. It's not the shape I was going for at all. I feel like when we were playing with the masks the other day, we had a better time with this. But I might have been putting other things on top of a solid carrot color. So get rid of these. Oh, I bet I was doing... Let's put black, because I could have left it. Let's put black underneath, and then we can fill in... Yeah, this is going to be better. We can fill in the white parts to cover up what we don't want. Yeah. It's going to be way better. Way more better. So now we pick the small angle and a bottom left, and we put that here. Yeah. And here. That's better. I kind of like that. We can do something similar for the mouth. Yeah, we're going to have to make a wide mouth. Oops. Oh, yeah. Shoot. Black. Oops. Square. Boink, 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 boink. Okay. And now we will do a regular angle because I want to have... Not that. That. I want to have like this. Yeah. And I think... Let's see if this is too bizarre. That's maybe a bit much. Excuse me. let's try an edge top. Yeah, that's plenty freaky looking. Okay. I don't hate it. All right. And then, so let's look at the bust. Yeah. That's kind of creepy. Wait, I'm going to save it and edit. Alright, so let me extend the red down to at least there. Okay. Now let's play with the okay, so let's play with the hat. Let's show the hat again, and I'm going to show transparent hat so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah. So probably I should have made the red come all the way down. So let's make the red come all the way down. Yeah, alright. So see, when I had the edge, you could see it here. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of a shadowed edge right there. And so I got rid of that. Alright, let's show the hat again. And what I want to do is have like the little spiky things coming out, I think. So let's see if we can play with some shapes. We want top left. Boink. And see, it puts it on the bottom too. Nice, see? Top left, top right. Is that too small? Yeah. Alright, let's do square. And we'll make it excuse me. It should be doing it on the other side too, yeah. So cool. Oh yeah, we're right on the edge of a... Okay, so let's move this around. That's where the half cuts over, so... and then we want... yeah, so we still want angle, but we want top. So we can just move boink. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So let's select the triangle again, and this time we'll do our purple. And I think like this. Or we can even do it like that, and then select the other way. Actually, we do like this, and then like this, and then I can go like this, and like this. Yeah. And like this. Oops. There we go. And then back to the angles. We can say top. Boink, boink. Okay. So it kind of looks jester-ish. And we can, of course, do something outlandish with the... Do I have a regular yellow? I do. Is yellow what I want here? Or do I want to leave the red and maybe do spikes that come up? So let's make like that. Yeah, we'll make them alternate. Alternate. So let's do bottom left. Oops, wrong. And then actually we can do like this. That's the nice thing, I don't have to reselect, I can just go. And so this one we can say top instead we want bottom. So like that. And we'll do the same thing for the green. And bottom. Yeah. I kind of wish we had a steeper angle, but this will work. So we do them over here, and do like this, and then come over here. It'd be the same thing on the back. Oh yeah, that's our half block little thing. Okay, so I can make that work. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and place these here. And I didn't have to do that side. I'm still not quite used to how nice that capability is to, oops. The mirroring capability is super nice. Okay, let's take the green. Let's go over here. Do this. All right. Now let's do our little toppy thingies. Boink. So, oh, I need to do these two. Boink. 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 Okay, so we kind of have a jester's hat. Ideally, if we had like more capabilities, we'd put some kind of top knot on too, right? But I don't know. Hopefully it kind of looks like what it's supposed to look like. And so I think if we flip over to here and zoom out some more. So let's see what this looks like on her. So let's wear the jester outfit. Okay. I don't hate it. I think the face is cool. And so I'm thinking like more of these sort of triangular-y things around the neck. And then like Harley Quinn would have a different outfit on, but I'm thinking something like half one color, half the other color, which is going to be a pain with the symmetry, but then yes, like half purple, half orange. What other colors do I have available to me? Orange. I kind of wanted to stick to the color scheme. What does dark yellow look like? Mustardy. Dark orange is definitely a color to play with. Yes, we can make like a white stripe maybe. So let's turn off mirror edit for a second. Go to squares. And maybe just half of her. So I guess Chuck Steed Moreland was not able to make it back into the server. Okay, I think a high waist, so we'll probably stop right about there. And I can go ahead and put the middle down. That means we'll have to do half on the other side. And so then what do I want on the other side? I think the purple. Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of the. I'll stay away from the blue. Did I go all the way under? I did. Cool. Actually, I can turn the arms off for right now. Just looks a little freaky. And so for that center line, what I'm going to do is do a edge. And a right edge. That will let me come straight down the center. Okay, so we're going to do something similar on the back. Just all the way around. Okay. I'd only spend a few minutes more on this and then we can work on the church maybe. In the graveyard. And maybe I'll show you guys a preview of something. For sticking around. All right. Boink, 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 boink. Yeah, so see the problem is, since I used purple, I can't use purple. I think I'll use white and yellow for the neck. Anyway, I still have to do the half thing, so an edge, a right edge. Yeah, I need to make the mouse wheel rotate through these as well. Oops, now I need left edge. So now we've got full symmetry. Okay. And that looks good. And then I thought about making stripes, but I'm kind of liking the solid colors. So let's do big buttons. Linen. Bleached. Button. Center. Big buttons down the front. Okay. See what that looks like all together. Yeah, it's looking fully ridiculous. Which is kind of what we're going for. Alright, and so then for the neck, I think I want maybe red and white. So, yeah. Oh, we can turn symmetry back on. Top left. Yes, that's the problem with bringing it too far down. Yeah. Alright. So let's do white. We want the angle. So we got like a transition thing here. Trying to think what. That's probably top right. No, it's because it's gonna be like from here. So I think I had them right before. Bottom right? No. Top left. Oh yeah. So we've got like a. There we go. It's probably as close as we're gonna get. That's a little weird. Okay, I don't hate that. Can I? Yep. Okay, that's a half. Cool. 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 All right. I think this is. It's just the angles are weird. It's not like, let's say the hat, goes fully symmetrical, whereas this is still all from the front. That's the orientation of these angles. So I almost want to put more white here. Yeah, like this. Except for it's got to be the backside white, which is going to be top right. If we do this, yeah. And we ought to be able to come in with the red. Oh, that's right. You can't select through the hat. Neat. So let's do red angle and no, top left, top right. Let's see, what can we put here? Okay, I'm gonna go with that for the moment, and then we'll just cross them over like that. And then for this part here, the geometry gets weird here, which is why this is weird. Oops. Yeah, so it's not actually there. Let's do edge right, maybe. Edge. Yeah, so I can't actually get rid of that little bit, but that's fine. Could I have done something better over here? I mean, I think that's okay. But we should probably just continue this on around then. Alright, and I think the arms should be their own color, maybe yellow. Let's see, wool. I thought I had already used yellow for something, but I suppose white would have worked too. I think I'm going to give it short sleeves, and we'll give it a little cuff at the bottom. Yeah, edge. That's the edge that I want. Yeah, you can kind of see it over here. Right, that little edge. Okay, so it's got a cuff. Let's save the clothing and we'll re-put it on. Fade. Okay, so she's starting to look more and more like a... Probably we could have come down a little bit on it, but I can give her a wide kind of goofy belt too. Anyway, I think I've played with clothes enough. Let's make some buildings. I get tired of one thing, and I'm, a little bit of ADHD going on. Okay, so this will be, let me think of the landscape here. So we've got a lot of flat area over here, which we could make a building on, but I kind of feel like, yeah, maybe the big crypt should be up on top of the hill here. Let me double check where the center of my property is. So I think this is the dead center of this particular inner area. Is that true? Oh, I can actually tell by the geometry of the town. So, because there's an even number of blocks. So, yeah, I put the thing there and then I moved the edges. So this is centered this way. And so this is the center. And this is centered this way. Right, centered there. Nope, not quite. Oh, wait, yes, this is the center. Right here, right here. So right here, roughly right here, is the center. So I'm going to just place a dirt cube here. So that's the center in case I care. But we put the sort of the entrance here. So I'm thinking maybe the crypt should go here. Oh man, it's been a long week. Yeah, I've like in the midst of trying to get these releases out, trying to get the Halloween stuff ready. I also kind of on the fly created a pop-up Halloween band to do a gig on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday. And so we had our first practice last night. We're just trying to throw like 5 Halloween themed songs together. And we've like never played with each other directly before, so it was kind of fun. And I mean that literally fun, not sarcastically. So okay, so let's make a let's make like a crypt here on the edge here. And I need it to be big enough to have some stairs down, so we'll start with the stairs down, I think. I hate to get rid of all this grass. I love the grass. Okay, let me examine this pad here. I could probably move the warp target if I needed to. Okay, so maybe when you come off the pad, we would want the stairs to go down this way. So, yeah, it's not perfect, but so maybe we'll give it a little bit of wider opening. Actually, I kind of like the idea of really narrow, small tunnels to get down there. So what do we want the outside to look like? We need to clear that away. It would probably be made out of marble with a stone base. Okay. That's a really low. Oh, we're already down, so that's okay. In fact, we're going to go one more down. Okay. And I'll fill in the sides and stuff in a minute. I am going to want some light in a second, though. So let me put some light down temporarily so I can see in the dark. Here's a trick. Place some... It's important to have a well-lit job site. So make sure you place some temporary lighting down so you can see what you're doing. Okay, and then what do I want? So if this is going to be a... I bet it's going to be a beam down. I bet that's what I want to do. So like it steps down like that, and then... Right. And I kind of want to come up one more. So then it's raised. For whatever reason, temples or crypts are usually set up that way. With a little lip. Keep you from walking in accidentally, I guess. And then maybe some marble columns. Let's do... Oops. I'm just looking at the geometry right now. I don't like... I mean, those would be walls anyway. Okay, so let's see what it would look like. Now we need to start... So... Black marble, I think, for a haunted crypt, right? Let's make a cube here. Here? No. No, I do not like. But I do want to sink it down, I think. Okay. And then, so yeah, stonework for the, let's see, so let's make a cylinder. So we want these columns, right? And 4 columns. That's not going to connect to the thing like I want. I could. So I need to give everybody a little bit of room to come up. Oh yeah, I forgot I'm wearing a hat, so I keep seeing it come into my view. Cube. I think stonework would use, I think it's better to do it different. Okay, so we need to get rid of those. Alright, finish off these columns. Boink. Boink. Alright. So I think these would come straight back. Blink. This is a big crypt. I think I'm going to want to shorten this. Just saying. Once I get the outside built, I'll know how much I can pull the inside in. I think half blocks will work okay here and seal it up, but this is problematic. I'm going to have to get rid of these step-ups here because I'm going to want to put doorways in. So let's pick some white marble to have something different. And so then we want posts. Blink, 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 blink. Yeah, nice creepy narrow doorway with a little lip to have to step up. But that means we need to make the top tall as well. And so I think what we shall do is make a steep. So we want a inverted wide wedge is what we want. So that will make this and this. Can I still get through? Let me go third person to make sure it's really. Yeah, I mean I could have gotten through even. Well, it all depends on what we do with the roof, right? Okay, so boink, 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 boink. I like the white marble for accents, so I think I'm going to continue doing that. Is beam down what I want? No, beam up is what I want. Beam up. So then maybe around the edge here we can do that. And then I think we will make a steep wedge, like a roofy doofy looking thing here, like that. That's too far out. I'm starting to like that white access beam a little less all the time. Okay. And so now we want a regular wedge, I think. Thing is, like, crypts are not normally big buildings, right? They're really small because their only job is to keep a body in. They don't need to be big, or sometimes more than one body, right? But okay, I kind of like that. Okay, so let's come up here and see what we can do. I'm wondering, though, if shorter... Oh, Pepsi's all gone. I'm wondering if I want to use like a shallower... Yeah, shallower is better. In fact, I almost want to Wish I could lower the whole thing down, honestly. Oh, wait. Let's try, what is it? Inverted high wedge. That's what I want. I think this would be better. Yeah. Can I still get in? Yeah, no problem. No problem. It doesn't really connect well with these things. I might take this out and do something else here. Because I got to create a door anyway. Alright, and so then I'm free to make a shallower roof here. Because, like, again, they don't need the same level of, survivability as a normal building. They're made of stone and gonna fade away over time anyway. Okay, so let us get rid of these. Yes, I'd like the roof lower still, but again, I have a doorway problem. Oops. Boink, boink, boink. Ah. Oops, almost daylight again. We've been building all night. Again, I don't think I'm going to take it all the way back anyway. So let's look at the front again, see how we're doing. Yeah, so then if we do the thing is, like, the world has to have a bit of its own identity as well. So, so Mythruna should have its own kind of shapes and stuff. The lore of the world and so on. They should be informed by things we're familiar with, but not necessarily be things we're familiar with. Because even like their religious symbols and stuff would be different. It's a different world. Okay, so we've got the front of our crypt. It's kind of boring. But we could add some visual interest, like, oops. Oh man, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, so let's see if I can still get through there. Okay, now we're starting to be like in a just barely situation. Because I think that, oh no, okay, so that really is a ramp there. Okay. Alright. And so then, we'll use the, so we'll use, what kind of wedge do I want to use? Like this. Just something to add some interest. Or I think maybe, is there an inverted low wedge? No. A regular inverted wedge would make work. Like, yeah. Thing is, we're probably going to want a flat top to put our door into. I think maybe the door is what we'll work on next. So slab up. Okay, I'm okay with that. We'll put some walls on the other sides so that I can see what that's going to look like. Alright. Okay. Boink, 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 boink. Yeah, see, it's a really long crypt. That's unusual. Okay, what's that look like from the side? I mean, kind of crypt-like. I don't know. We could be even more interesting here. Okay, so if we're going to put that up there, let's put our little step back. And now we'll have sort of a nice frame for a door that'll be exactly 2 blocks high. Let's see if I can still go in. Yeah, oh yeah. The other thing was already there. Okay, let's put a backside on the building real quick, just so I don't see that daylight coming through, messing with my aesthetic sensibilities. Oh, let's and then what do we do? Regular wedge. Oops, no, inverted wedge. Oh no, we did. That's okay, because this is a regular wall here. No, we'll just do a wall all the way up. Yeah. That doesn't look right either. But the slab up approach isn't really going to work either. So that's what we did on the other side. Oh, I guess sometimes crypts have a little vent, so I'm okay with that. Let's deal with it. Alright. Yeah, so you can get a little bit of light in there. Okay. Probably gonna move that whole side in anyway. Okay, so we want like a creepy looking door. Crypt door. And it needs to be exactly 2 blocks high. So let's make a blueprint. And I think what I want to do is, what do I want to do? I keep meaning to add a grate block, you know, like an iron grate. The closest we come, yeah, see there's no iron frame or anything. The closest we come is the glass, where we've got the the wooded panel, which is the grid. But what I want is something like that, and we have a wooden one, but this is not appropriate here either. And then of course the wood frame too. But like there's these screens, right? What I want is like stone versions of these, or metal versions of those. So let's see what we can do with iron and posts and beams. So what if we make a raised beam? We're gonna want it to be 2 blocks wide. So let's say iron grate. A gate. We'll call it a gate. Okay, let me just save that real quick so it's in the list. Gate. Edit the blueprint. Okay. Oh, that's what I want to do. I wanted to count again. So this is a full 2 blocks wide. So we want a full block's worth almost. A little bit left over for a frame. Iron gate. Edit the blueprint. Okay. So if it was 4 blocks wide, it'd be, oops, like that. But let's do... Let's play with... I know I have a half a block here that I can play with. But let's do post now. Yeah, so this post... So 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a full meter. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll put a post down on top. Okay, and then we'll put one on the side here. And then we can put a beam down. Doink, doink, doink. Now I'm trying to decide, is this the hinge or is this the hinge? Decisions. Actually, I kind of like, let's make that side the hinge so we can put a sort of a kind of a handle there. And maybe we could replace this with a little metal. Let's do maybe dark steel. Steel black, yeah. And a wall. There we go. So we have like a little gatey gate looking thing. And to be honest, a vertical handle probably makes more sense, but this is okay. Okay, so we've got like the gate. And now we need to make the gateway. Yes, I gotta deal with that at some point. Okay, so they're rescaled. Okay, so new gate frame. Gate frame. And for this, I think we're going to make it out of stone. And stone cube, carved materials, so it looks like it's made out of the thing. This needs to be full, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so all, we want it to be 8 wide. And 8 tall. 7, 8. That's where the top of the gate comes up to. And then boink, 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 boink. And we could put in little iron hinge points, little posts, like there, and there, and there, and there. Right? So we've got like a place for the things to connect. Yep, save the blueprint. Now we can play with assemblies, which is not something we've done in this particular stream. Of course, this is going to be crazy because this is not really designed to iron gateway, iron gateway, got. It's important to be able to not type. So we're going to add a joint. Yeah, joint 1, that's fine. And we're going to add another joint. 2, that's fine. So add joint 1. And under joint 1, so we're going to come over here. Under joint 1, we're going to add a part. And under this part, okay, wait. Let's go back to the base. We're going to add our doorway first. Iron, what do I call it? Gate frame. There we go. Blink. Oh, it's huge. So that's the scale of the thing. That's why you don't really edit doorways on your workbench. Anyhow, so now we can position our frames here, our joints. So I really should have sync closed and open, but so I think we want. Let's do -1 and see what that looks like. That's inside the. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here. Where'd it go? There it is. So there's this little object that I'm moving around. That's the sort of the origin of my joint. And I want it to be like right about there, I think. And then the other one, so the other one, we want it to be the other way. So this is 0.745, so we'll make it, that was negative 0.745, so let's make this one 0.745. Okay, so we've got those two joints. Now we can go in here and we can add things to the joint. So we can add a part, and so we want, I can see it barely. Yeah, it's teeny even for me, but like there's these little things. So select the iron gate. Okay, so we've got a big giant gate. In this case, we want to flip ours around 180 degrees. Okay. Right, because we wanted the curved part to be the hinge, and we want to probably zero this out. 0. Or make that actually 0.5. No, more than 0.5. But so anyway, so now we can kind of like, we want it kind of centered over the edge of that joint. And we want the edge of the gate to come to the center of our build area. So that's about right. Oh, it's nowhere near the right place though. Yeah, so probably my gate needed to be smaller, to be honest. But I'll just finish it out to show you how it will look. So we want to bring this back in here. Yeah, so these gates actually are too big. And I can make them better. So, right, we've got a gate that's now inside of the so I'm gonna chop this down to 3 of these and use this as the hinge point, which means I can flip a post around. Oh no, I can't. Oh, but I could put one of these in. Okay, so I could put a whole wide thing, and I want that to be there and just above the latch plate. Wait, is this also... I think it's also too tall. Let me take it all the way down to here, and we can't really see the top because I can't zoom out far enough, and I can't pitch down. But I think the top is too tall. So let's scrap this one because I kind of like it to be up off the ground like this. I really liked this right here. I kind of like that. So if we'll put a full plate here and a full plate just above the hinge plate, Oh no, above that. No, that's good. Right there. Uh-oh. Oops. Now I crashed. It killed my network connection. Yeah. Did the server die? Nope. Server's still running. Alright. So let me just generate the report so I can look at that later. So I'm just going to restart my client just to be sure. That's funny. Okay, well we know we need to edit that gate anyway. I could save myself some time and make a left and a right. Okay, join multiplayer. Connect. That was weird. So I'm going to definitely go through those logs later. Okay. Yeah, so I got to reset. I didn't save my assembly, so I've got to reset that up. That workbench is not really how it's supposed to be. So there's some quality of life issues there, but okay, all that's still there. Just go back to the blueprint editor. Edit the. Well, let me just do this real quick. Let me confirm that the door frame will fit. Like this door frame, we want that to go here. Oh man, I'm gonna have to take the blocks out to put it where I want to put it, but right, because it needs to go all the way up and on top of that, but there's like a restriction on how I can place blocks. But it is. Let's snap it and see what happens. No, that's not right. Yeah, so let's delete it. There needs to be like a free form way to place blocks that doesn't that lets you intersect them with the terrain, because yeah, so see, it won't let you. Right now it's not letting me put them in the terrain, so I've got to like disassemble part of my stuff. I'm trying to make sure this is the right size. So we've got about that kind of gap on top. Yeah, so if I move up, how though? Am I one block too tall? I am one block too tall. That's okay. Alright. So I gotta fix that too. So let's edit the gateway. Edit it. So yeah. So let's get rid of these and replace them with slab up. So that gives us a little more creativity. And so then we only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's right. But that's too tall. Just I worry that if I do this, players won't. Okay, so let's do it the other way. I can have it just stick through the bottom. Oh man. I'm misclicking all over the place. Trying to rush through this. Okay, slab down. So this is as tall as it needs to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 2 blocks high, 2 full blocks high. Oops. And so I'll put this little top on it just so that we have, like, if we pull it down just out a little bit, we'll see just a little bit of that, and the player should still be able to walk under it, I think. Used to be in old Mythruna, there was like a little person here, so you could see the scale of things relative to a person. So let's save this. Yeah, so we want to put a hinge here and a hinge here on our gate. That seems reasonable. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Save the blueprint. Now let's edit our iron urn. Let's edit our urn gate. Edit the blueprint. Okay, so we wanted to shorten this a little bit. That's okay. I was never 100% happy with that anyway. And so then let's go iron. Let's do more of the black metal, actually. The steel black. We want a wall. So that, and so then 1, 2, 3. Right, like that, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was there. I kind of feel like that's in the wrong place. It's really symmetrical here, though. Actually, am I wrong? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to snap a picture. I love the sound. What if I carve the materials? I kind of like the shine there. Okay, save this. And then we should be able to open the gateway. Edit blueprint. And do a picture of this. So that I can see them side by side, basically. Oh. Okay, so we got that one. And that one. Okay, so yeah, I actually put the hinges in the same place, I think. Well, our gate then is too tall. Right, 1, 2. Yeah. Our gate is slightly too tall, I think. Oh, actually, we can have them intersect. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, I'm not gonna putz with it. There's a whole bunch of good enough, right? Okay. Workbench, new design. Actually, let me make sure that don't discard changes. Make sure I didn't already start. Okay, so it did not save it before because I did not save it. Okay. Iron, gateway. Iron, gateway. And we'll go ahead and save it so at least it's there. Alright. And I can't, I can zoom out some more. I need to be able to zoom out farther, honestly. So let's do gate frame. There we go. Like big giant. Okay, so let's add the first joint. It's an open and closed joint. And we want like minus 875. Is that what I... No, way. Okay. Well, for one thing, that minus 0.875. No, it was smaller than that, right? Yeah. I think we want it right about there. No. Yeah, because we want it to hinge around this point. So then we move this. We'll make sure it's directly underneath. Actually, to be honest, we can just put it. We can put it wherever we want. And so if you can see now, hopefully, that little thing that I'm manipulating. That's the sort of the origin of the hinge point. And I'm going to put it right in the center of the top of this block because that's where we want our hinge to be. So let's and we'll zoom Z back a little bit. Okay. I think we can go down. There we go. Yep. So that's perfect. Okay, so we want another hinge. We're going to do it on exact opposite. Add joint 2. I could have named them left and right or whatever, but so then this one we want, that one's negative 0.685, so we want this one to be 0.685, and that one's over. That's this, okay. 0.685, 0.5, and so now, yeah, I need to exit out of that thing, because I just want to back it up. What did I do for the other one? Points minus, yep, because they're in the same place. Cool, cool. So they're where they're supposed to be. Let's zoom way out. And so I'll do joint 2 first because the door will already be oriented in that way. Actually, before we do that, we got them all set. Let's save. In case my client crashes again. I wish I wasn't the only one on the server. I'm gonna look into getting a Hetzner server or something set up this weekend, so hopefully that'll help. So the issue is that when I set it up to be administered remotely, I won't have a way to see the console. And so, oh cool. Excellent, Ron. And you have a bunch of new blueprints to collect. So like before I can put it up on an external server, I have to be able to shell into the console of the server to run commands and stuff. You even just to exit out. So I have to add that ability. So I look forward to your object museum if you create one. I don't know if you heard me telling everybody about that earlier. I think were you the one that had an object museum in the old Mythruna, or did you just collect them? I know somebody made an object museum. I couldn't remember if it was you or not. Okay, so that I needed actually minus 0.5. Even more than that actually. Okay, so you can see we're going to line up where we want this to be hinged. Okay, I need to move. So okay, so again, I feel like we're too big again. Oh no, we're going to be okay. I probably could have actually, so I probably could have used cylinders there. But these are bars. I forgot. Okay, so then we want to drop this down all the way so that they're sitting. Oops. Oh no. That's a problem. It won't let me go any lower than minus. Oh man. Alright. That's a problem. Not a big problem. We'll just lower our joint down. So if we come back to here, and we'll lower our joint down. Until that hinge plate is sitting where we want it. I kind of want them to intersect a bit. So, because the thing is I can't see the top, so I don't know how badly we're... It's another limitation. So I can't see how... you know what I could do? Well, first let me line this up. Iron gate. See, it's like front to back, it still needs to be lined up. Oh yeah, we need to go back this way too. There we go. We get a little Z fighting. Okay, so we're going to have to do it this way. Okay, so we'll make one go a little back, one go a little forward, I think. So what I can do to see this better is I can take the whole... Oh no, I'd have to lower everything. I was going to say I could like lower the whole gate down so that we could see the top. But let's just do this by my kind of trial and error. Okay, so joint 2, the iron gate was minus, well, so 685 minus 25 minus 3.1, 310, right, 0.310. Okay. So then when we do joint 1, we add the part there. Iron gate. Okay, come on, hand. Alright. Iron gate, select. Alright. And so then the X. For one thing, we want to rotate the whole thing around 180 degrees. And then so for X, I think maybe we want it to be positive this time. 0.685. Yep. Awesome. And then this one we want to be minus 0.25. Can I go lower? Nope, that's the issue, so we need to lower the joint. That's right. And then this one, I think it needs to be positive since we flipped around. 310. Yep. Haha. Sometimes I almost know what I'm doing. Yeah, so it's kind of cool. We got like handle on one side, handle on the other. Slightly off center. Yeah, this is perfect. Okay, so then we got to come back here and adjust the joint 2. So our joint 2 is where we want it. Joint 1 we want to adjust down to 0.2. Actually, we just say 0.2. All right. Escape. Okay. We need to move our iron gate slightly back to avoid Z fighting. Alright. And I kind of feel like for the open and close, these should open and close in opposite directions to go with their hinges. I think that would look really cool. Well, let's see how it goes, right? So we're at the base. We're going to go to joint 1. So I need to copy all of this stuff down to here. That's what I wish there was, like a copy button to make the open and close the same so that you had something to start with. So right now, if we like open and close, right, see they switch places. I thought I copied this down. Minus 0.685. Maybe I typed it wrong. So this one, so one of them will stay in place at least. So anyway, so we'll do the same thing to joint 2. So you're sort of setting up the parameters. So if they were sliding gates, you could have sliding gates. These are open and closey gates. 060. Okay, so now both of them should just do nothing because we haven't, like, the start position and the end position is the same. Okay, and so for this gate, when it's open, let's say we want it to be 90, which is going to be too much, but let's see what happens. Actually, 90 is not bad. I'm okay with 90, and then we see here we want to probably pop this joint out a little bit. We're messing with joint 2, so we want to pop this out just, oh, that's the wrong direction. So we want to pop the Z out. No. Yes. Just slightly. Now let's go back. Close. Open. Close. I was just looking at the Z fighting for these hinges. I kind of like this. Okay, cool. And now for the other one, we can make it open in the other direction. So we can have this one go -90. And so then boink. Oh, well, no, that's... So now they're both opening the same way. I forgot that one's rotated the other way around, so there we go. What do we think? Do we like that? I think they're opening in the wrong directions from their handles. So I think this one's the one that should be -90, and the other one is the one that should be 90. Or they both should be -90 rather. So that they open in the direction of their handles. Yeah, that's better. What do we think? I think we like that. I think I like it. I can't see the top though, so I don't know. Alright, so let's save this. And I'm going to put it just somewhere in the world here so we can check it out. Okay, so now we've got this here. We can't get through because it's blocked, right? But we click on it and it opens really quick though. I think I can control the speed. Anyway, and we're definitely intersecting with the top there. Can I lower the bottom down any? I can. Do I want to? Or do we want to just shorten the gate? It requires reloading them. Or I could just get rid of the top frame. Okay, let's do this. Let's go back into here, edit the gate frame, edit, and to get rid of these. Boink. I think we're going to have the same problem. Well, it was just intersecting that, which is, now see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to still intersect the top. This is not going to fix the problem because the bottom of this is still the same, and this is the size of the opening. Yeah, so that's the size of our opening anyway. So unfortunately, we have to make a shorter gate. Which sucks. Oh, and our little door thingy's no longer centered. So it makes me want to do that. I don't like it as much. Sort of, I built a few buildings and displayed them. Yeah, okay. I just remember coming across, in the old Mythruna, I remember coming across a building somebody had, and like it just had all of the objects that they had found in the world. So that was kind of cool. All right. Okay, wait. Edit the design. And so this is the unfortunate part: is we've got to go into here. We can add the part again and remember our parameters. Actually, I've got them written down. Oh, 3.305 though I changed. It's like, no matter how much into the computers I am, I always keep scrap paper and a pen because it's super useful. So select, okay, so we've got another one. So this one, minus 0.685, I think. Nope, the other way around. 0.685, boink. No? Okay. Those are the same. Oh, okay, I see the side I'm editing. Okay. Okay, so then minus 2.5. And no, this is not the same. Oops. Oh boy. Yeah, I typed something wrong. Okay, so this is 6.85. I guess good. Oh yeah, because I didn't 180 degree the pitch. Okay. I forgot. This is the backwards one. Okay. Alright, so then... Oh, there's actually a bug. It's not updating the Z correctly. Oh, and they both moved. So this is 0.305. 0.305. Yeah, okay. And I think this is the correct one, so we can remove this other one. Yeah, it's got the double. That's how I can tell. Alright, so we got that one sorted. Let's do the same for this one. Yep. And so... Alright, so gate, iron gate here, so minus 685 minus 0.25. Oh, it's already after 11. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. So let's do this and go, this one's 0.320. We'll do the same thing here. 320. Okay, get rid of this other gate. Alright, so that should be better. Open. Yeah, close. Alright, save it. Now let's place it again. Okay, yep, so it's not intersecting with the top anymore. Let me see what this looks like next to me. Yeah, so I probably could have gone back and put that thing in the frame. So let's... I think that is what I'm going to call good enough for that. So let's delete that. And then I'm going to temporarily... I need to change block types, or change wands, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to temporarily get rid of my... Actually, I'm going to put this over here for a second. Get rid of these. Get rid of these. That's just a stone cube, that's easy. And these are just stone slab ups. Okay, so we want to put the frame right here. And then we have to build our thing around it. Let's see. I think snapping is going to do bad things for me. Oh no, snapping was perfect. Yay! I love the new snap. Sometimes it doesn't work, but when it does, man, that's awesome. Okay, so now we can put our stuff back. Alright, so we got a cube that we can... Oh yeah, gotta switch wands. That'd be nice to have a, what you call it, a hot bar or whatever. hotkeys. Okay, so then slab up is what we want. Oops, wrong button. I'm getting excited. Look at that. Okay, we got a little Z fighting. I'm not sure there's anything I can do about that. That's unfortunate. All right, we have a tomb. And I think I can shorten it now that I see how it goes together. Okay, it's very dark. And not the Z's, they're the Z fighting. Okay, let me put some lights down here so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Let's do some lanterns on the walls. Oops, that's not the right wall. Here we go. Okay, so now we got the light. Okay. So I think if I make I think that is my, yeah, so this is the floor here. Can I pull it all the way back? One. I can. What does that look like? Of course, you know, obviously we're clipping through the, yeah, it's a really close, so there's going to be taller characters at some point and they won't even be able to come down into this dungeon, so I worry about that. But if I take this and I make it a slab up, I don't want to use a ramp necessarily because I don't like the aesthetics of that. So yeah, this will work. Trying to like get to a position where we can see through the wall and see what she looks like from the side. Yeah, so there's plenty of room now. Right. So see plenty of room here, which means I can shorten the whole building by one, which doesn't seem like a lot, but like to me this is way too long, and so any little bit helps. So yeah, we can bring these in. Okay. And so, whoops, we're gonna want a oh, whoa! I clicked through too far. Okay. Okay. Whoops! I keep falling down the hill. Okay. Oops! I wanted that. Okay, so we can just take that one out. Take that one out, take that one out, take that one out. Those are all the same. And we can glue this. Oh, we had the oh no, that's right. It's like this. Oops. You know, that I'm having a good time when it gets this late and I'm still going because I'm actually kind of hungry. Alright. So we've got a crypt. And probably around this crypt, it's going to be like all overgrown and stuff. Let's, where's the tall grass? I want the tallest tall. Where's the tall grass? Yeah, there we go. This crypt has been here a long time, right? And maybe here you get some tall dry grass. Just a little bit of death and decay near the opening here. Oh, cool! Look at that. We need sound effects. Can physics objects have lights attached to them? So yes and no. You can put lights on the objects, but they won't light up the world. That is something I need because one of the problems with dungeon exploring right now is it's really lame that you can't carry a torch. I'm thinking maybe one more stone. Yeah, I like it. To give it that kind of, there's like a little bit of stone sticking out every other side, so there should be a little bit of stone sticking out, a little more here. So, actually, I think we have tall brush. Is that what I'm looking? Oh, crap. Oops. We're almost done here. Tall dry brush. Yeah, so this is kind of what I want here instead, I think. Yeah, just to get a little bit of the, and then the tall brush is what I want here. I forget what things are called sometimes, but yeah, I want all the things. All the things. Growing around this thing. Shoot, 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 shoot. Alright, so it's looking very crypty. So you come in the world and you see this thing immediately. I don't really like the architecture, but I may play with it some more. I almost, you know what? I'm sorry. I want to try something. I think the inverted wide wedge could be interesting here. I don't know, maybe it sticks out a little too much. But I'm just trying to think of architectural elements that are kind of unique to Mythruna. So maybe just an inverted steep wedge? Yeah, because I was trying to prevent this from coming out too far. Inverted steep wedge. So, boink. See, it kind of makes the roof look low. Oh, you know what? Maybe no curve at all. It gives it kind of like a sort of a more boxy Roman look, maybe. So let's see what that looks like from over here. Yeah. That seems more tomb-y to me. Okay, so for those of you who stuck around all this time, there's 7 of you. So we have more people join at the end than at the beginning. Let me show you some cool things. So before, so down at the bottom of this crypt is going to be where we have to go, and we're going to go in the dungeon, and we'll there'll be a trophy to click like last year, and and so then we'll get statues made of ourselves, right? So we'll get these, which I really think this stone effect is kind of cool. So we'll get, like, this is just a random statue, but we'll get statues made of ourselves. But I tested something, and you can, yeah, so this is still got the NPC stuff, but I tested something, and I can actually make little half statues. That was supposed to face me. Why didn't it face me? Okay, so I've got a bug there. It's supposed to face whoever's putting him down. So I can do little half statues and little quarter statues. And so I may do something with that related to collecting all of the candy. Like if you go to every house and collect all the candy, maybe your little statue will appear somewhere or something. I think I know, but I want to like save some surprises. Now see, this got messed up here. So the other thing I'm going to do is I like this crypt enough. So I have a wand that I can use to extract things from the world. And so I can come here and I can say, let's get my extractor wand. Is that what this is? Yep. Extractor wand. Is it left click? Yep, extract. Boink. And so it saved something. Oh boy, what's all that? Oh, it's loading my inventory there. So yeah, so if I went to something that didn't have that. So it saved that, and I don't know if it doesn't reload. So, and then I can place them down. But I mean, I can load them in editor. So if I end up really liking a design, I can make that part of the world where these will appear sometimes. But so yeah, so you come in here and this door is maybe closed. You come down, and you're like, ooh, spooky. And maybe there's a big church over here or something, and you come down. Oh, creepy. Maybe little torches over here on the side or something. So yeah, this is what I'm thinking. And I think that's all I'm going to do tonight. Hopefully you guys found this interesting. Any other last minute questions? And feel free to join the world and claim your property. When I do convert over, if I can convert over to an external server, I'll move the whole world over. All this stuff will be saved. It's all safe. This is a protected area anyway, so even if I reset the world, this is still going to stick around. But you got all these properties to claim. Pick the best ones first. If you're like me, you'll want the ones that already have trees in them and stuff, but anyway. Grilled some chicken, hindquarters. Oh, making my mouth water. All right. So let me exit out of here. Excuse me, guys. And I think that's where we'll end it. Thanks for hanging around the extra long time. And like, comment, subscribe. If you have ideas for Halloween, maybe next Halloween, just drop them in the comments. Definitely join the Discord if you're not already on the Discord. We definitely have some interesting conversations, and that's the best place to report bugs because you might get a fix instantly. Made some neat stuff. Cool. Good night. Thanks, guys.